93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sandhills Global, Doane University, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Wingstop, Acres, High Electric, Eustis Body Shop, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, Roofing Service Company, Union Bank and Trust, Lincoln Family Chiropractic, and DOT Highway Safety Office, Jimmy John's, Members Owned Credit Union, Nebraska Army National Guard, Hamilton Telecommunications, and the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
We are ready to figure out who's going to represent Class B in the state championship game tomorrow evening as we join you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman ahead of our first of two Class B semifinal matchups. The first one on deck, the number one seed in Class B, the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, going up against the Bennington Badgers. The Badgers, the 4 seed in Class B action. The Skutt Catholic Skyhawks come in after a 43-32 victory over the Norris Titans yesterday afternoon, while Bennington is coming off of a victory against the Sydney Lady Raiders yesterday evening. For Skutt Catholic, Jay Foreman, they've been here. They're the favorite. Everybody knows that they're the favorite. They have performers. They have athletes all over the place, still trying to capture that elusive title.
Yeah, I think they, have been pushing toward this over the disappointments of years past, and I think also their best player, Molly Ladwig, has gotten even better. And I don't know, that's hard to even say or forecast considering how successful she was. But I think they're more of a balanced act. Obviously, she's checking in right under 20 points. And then you got McMahon and obviously Kastner that kind of pick up the slack when she wants to play coy a little bit. But nevertheless, I think they're going to be a hard out for anybody. One loss to Pius, and they haven't looked back since.
Yeah, that one loss to Pius came back in the middle of the season. But when you look at Omaha Skutt Catholic, Jay mentioned Molly Ladwig. She's going to be playing her college basketball at the University of Buffalo. And yesterday against Norris, it's not like she had a spectacular game, but you still look at it. She put up 27 points. She was 9 of 25 shooting and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Still got her in.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you need her the most, she seemed to step up the biggest. She hit 2 back-to-back threes, a couple timely rebounds, and obviously she's excellent at the free throw line. So when you have a player like Molly that, even though she started off very slow, and that you got to give Norris a lot of credit where they had a good game plan, she was able to personally adjust, and then obviously as a coach they did that as well. So it's not anything they haven't faced before, and you kind of look like, Nick, they've been really focused and gunning towards this. You think they're going to try to put on a better effort tonight, but they're facing a game, Bennington Badgers team, that is really, really deep for an upstart program.
We saw the Bennington Badgers knock off the Sydney Lady Raiders yesterday, and they were really talented. It was close for a while, but then there was an injury to the Sydney Lady Raiders, Kayla Westby. But then ultimately, They got some big production from their bench, especially in the form of Hayden Jackson, who came in, the sophomore, hit a couple of big threes. But when you look at the starting lineups of Reese Holmquist, Harper Boabaj, Skylar Johnson, Addison Reinell, and Presley Baca, they just have so many areas there where they can beat you.
Yeah, and they have speed, they have size, they have quickness, and they have, more importantly, they have skill.
Yeah.
And when you have two freshmen coming off the bench like Jackson and Rayner, who are checking in about 8 or 9 points each, there is no drop-off.
Yeah.
And, I think that's how you build a program. Obviously, Bennington has built it on the football field and has been even in in basketball as well. Last year, their basketball team was here. A couple of their star football players got hurt, so weren't able to get, back this year. So, it's a community that's coming down that Omaha Skutt's going to have to face. And they played earlier in the year. I think when you have so many young players, a veteran team like Skutt got after them a little bit. I think the game was at Skutt. So then you have that in the back of your mind. But this is a different Bennington Badger team playing right now.
This state tournament has lived up to the hype. We expect these two semifinals to do the same. The first one, Skutt and Bennington, will tip off here in just a few minutes. The nightcap will be the 3-seed Waverly Vikings going up against the 7-seeded Gretna East Griffins. That one's sure to be a good one as well. And so when we come back here in just a few minutes, we will have the starting lineups for Omaha Skutt and the Bennington Badgers coming your way from Pinnacle Bank Arena in the Class B state semifinal matchup here on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take Dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena, just moments away from tip-off between Omaha Skutt Catholic and the Bennington Badgers. Skutt Catholic comes in as the number 1 overall seed in Class B action, while Bennington is the 4 seed. Bennington with a 22-4 record. They knocked off the Sydney Lady Raiders in the first round of the state tournament. In Class B, they're playing the night games because they did not get the day off, the luxury that Class A schools had. Class A played on Wednesday. Class B played their quarterfinal games yesterday. And so we are seeing now Class B action for the second time in as many days. Let's get you rolling with the starting lineups first for the Bennington Badgers. 22-4 on the year, led by head coach John O'Connor. It's their 7th trip to the state tournament as a program. They have never won a state title. They were runner-up in Class C1 back in 2009. They're going to start number 10, a 5'7 junior forward, Reese Almquist. Number 12, a 5'5 sophomore guard, Harper Boabaj. Number 20, a 5'8 sophomore guard, Skylar Johnson. Number 24, a 5'9 senior guard, averaging 7.5 per game, Addison Rynell. And number 30, a 5'11 senior guard, averaging 10 points per game, Presley Baca. For the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks, 26-1 on the year. Jay mentioned it. They lost to Pius X in the middle of the season by 4 points. That's their one blemish on the year. But they're battle tested. They've been out. They've played in Arizona. They've played teams from Colorado. They've played teams from Oklahoma. They've played teams from all around the country, and they've knocked off everybody except the one team from 56th and A Street. Omaha Skutt Catholic, 26-1 on the year. They knocked off the Norris Titans by a score of 43-32 yesterday afternoon. Same starting 5 as always for head coach Kip Colony. Number 3, a 5'7 senior guard, Mia McMahon. Number 5, a 5'9 senior guard averaging 19 a game, Molly Ladwig. Number 12, a 5'7 senior guard, Libby Shotkowski. Number 30, a 5'8 junior forward, Laney Michaelis. And number 34, the career rebound leader in Skutt Catholic history, a 6-foot senior, number 34, Cameron Kasner.
Yeah, it's a well-oiled machine, and I like their schedule, Nick. You're giving them a different high school experience, but also challenging them in a different way. I think, the coaching staff in the school and the athletic department said, you know what, in order for us to complete this mission, we're going to have to go out and face different competition, essentially leaving no stone unturned for this state tournament run. But, on the other side of the court is the Bennington Badgers that has a very balanced unit. And when you think of where's Almquist, you got Harper, you got Johnson, you got Reno and Backel, and then you got Rayner coming off the bench along with Jackson. That's 7 players deep that you're going to have to defend full court. They play at a different speed, even faster than Norris did yesterday. And so, Norris wasn't able to shoot that well, especially coming down the stretch. The Bennington Badgers have a lot of skill set and can shoot from inside and outside.
Here on the tip-off, the tip is controlled by the Bennington Badgers. We are underway as the Badgers wearing their all-blue uniforms, Skutt Catholic in their home whites. Here on the right side, Bennington shoots the 3. Baca, she drains it. It's 3-0 early on.
Right out the get-go, if you want to stretch this defense and make Skutt Catholic speed up, hit some outside shots. Baca was excellent yesterday, starting off really good tonight.
Here is the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks offense. They have it, Kasner working in the lane, the spin move off the glass, and it's in. 3-2 Bennington.
Good job. I like the game plan for Skutt Catholic. Let Kasner get going, maybe McMahon, and then obviously Ludwig can take it home.
Here on the right side, it's Boabaj. Boabaj picks it up at the elbow, top of the key. Baca. Now left side with it. Turning, 3-pointer on the way right now, and she drains it at 6-2.
Yeah, every team struggled to, shoot it from the field yesterday, but if you looked at the stats, the Bennington Badgers can really fill it up from inside and outside. 2 players getting off early.
So Molly Ladwig brings it across the timeline, passes to Libby Shotkowski. Back to Ladwig. Ladwig back to Shotkowski. 3-ball, far corner, and it's good. The shots are falling early on in 1 minute into the game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what side of the court you're on. Both sides are hot right now. A lot of skill out here tonight, Nick.
6-5 is your score. Bennington with the lead, and they have the basketball. Baca with it on the left side at the elbow, working on Michaelis. The floater on the way, just off right back iron, no good, and a foul on the rebound attempt by, that is, I believe, Reese Almquist.
Yeah, good job there by Baca trying to get to her secondary move. Just a little bit off there on that mid-range jumper. but excellent rebound, like you said, by the all-time rebound leader in Omaha Skutt Catholic history.
6-5 is your score. Molly Ladwig earlier this year had a 50-point game, and then on the very next night surpassed 1,000 career points in the Skyhawk uniform. That was back on January 31st and February 1st, respectively. She has the ball at the top of the key. Ladwig spin move at the elbow, the floater on the way off the glass and in. It's 7-6.
Yeah, it's early in the evening, but the ATM is open. Good job by Ladwig getting into her shot really
Here's
easy.
Boabaj trying to push the pace, spinning around. Baca fires again from 3. That one rims out. No good. Ladwig gets the defensive rebound. Up the floor, an outlet pass to Mia McMahon. McMahon was quiet in the win yesterday. Here's Kasner back to McMahon. McMahon passes right side. Shotkoski just inside the perimeter, bounces it out to Michaelis. Michaelis does a lot of the really little things well. Doesn't score a whole lot, but you don't need to when you're on the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. And Cameron Kasner draws the foul, finishes the bucket, and goes to the line for one more.
Yeah, the inspiration maybe getting tested and taken to the very, very maximum against Norris has probably inspired this team. And so the Bennington Badgers and Coach O'Connor just got to really weather the storm. They came out hot, but the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks are coming out really, really flaming hot tonight.
The free throw by Kasner is good. It's 10-6. Omaha Skutt Catholic with a 4-point advantage here early on as Boabaj brings it up the floor for the Bennington Badgers. Harper Boabaj controlling the offense to Baca at the left elbow. She dumps it back off to Boabaj. The layup in the lane missed it. That was a good look. Yeah. Boabaj just couldn't complete the finish.
Yeah, a little give and go there. Boabaj ran into Kasner, just really got in her line of sight, missed it right at the rim.
Here's Ladwig, top of the key, guarded by Boabaj. Now the pass down low. Kasner in the lane. The layup missed. Rebound Kasner. She puts it back up. That second effort, no good. Another offensive board. McMahon to Ladwig. This one's going up from 3, and Molly Ladwig banks it in.
Yeah, Molly Ladwig can't take too much credit for that, but just like golf, there's no picture on the scorecard when it goes in for 3.
In the lane, Boabaj, nice finish with the right hand, quickly answering with that 3 with a layup of her own.
Yeah, Nick, I think Boabaj is going to be the key to victory if the Badgers are going to win tonight.
Here in the lane, Ladwig down low to Michaelis. Back out Shotkoski to the left elbow to Kasner. Kasner looking around, finds McMahon at the top of the key, guarded by Presley Baca. McMahon steps back, thought about the 3 a couple of times, decided to pass it up to Kasner. Kasner in the lane, the layup, it's good, and it's quickly a 15-8 Skutt lead.
Hey, look, nobody could hit a broadside of barn on that south hoop, and now it looked like Omaha Skutt Catholic, for whatever reason, is making everything.
Top of the key, Boabaj down low, finds Almquist. Almquist working on Kasner. She goes up with it. She misses that layup attempt, and the rebound goes into the hands of Kasner. Kasner with a great start to her night, 7 points and 3 rebounds, less than half a quarter in.
Yeah, really good job there by Kasner on defense. Obviously, we know she can rebound and score, but that was great textbook defense right there.
And we have a reach-in foul on Presley Baca, as that'll be Skutt Catholic basketball still. Sideline inbound coming in just a moment. 4:17 to play, first quarter, 15-8 is your score. Omaha Skutt Catholic out in front of the Bennington Badgers.
Yeah, right now we're talking about the shooting woes of what we had in the previous 2 or 3 games. Now that both of these teams are really, really lighting it up, Nick.
So sideline inbound, they get it into Kasner. Kasner back to Ladwig on the give and go. She steps back to Kasner on the left side of the lane, working on the defender. Now to Michaelis on the near corner. She's guarded by Boabaj. On top of the key, Shotkoski. Boabaj almost strips it from her, and we're going to have a jump ball, and the possession arrow keeps it with Skutt Catholic.
Yeah, good job by Boabaj of initially knocking the ball out of her hand and then really having the wherewithal to cause the jump ball.
Skutt Catholic on a 13-2 run over the last 3 minutes of game time. They lead it 15-8 with 4:03 to go in the first quarter. Ladwig to inbound it from the near sideline on the Skutt Catholic side of the floor. Ladwig with the basketball over her head, gives it to McMahon on the near corner. Now she takes it towards the top of the key. McMahon with it. 3:57 to play first quarter, 15-8 Skutt Catholic. McMahon with it, dribbles left side. Now to the far corner. This is Shotkoski. Back to McMahon. McMahon guarded by the bigger defender, rather. Now Baca blocks Kasner's shot, and she gets the defensive rebound. And we have a traveling violation on the Bennington Badgers, as soon as Baca got the rebound, she was trapped by Kasner and walked.
Really good job there by Baca on the initial block, of blocking it, then tipping it to herself. A couple of Bennington Badgers were already in trying to get up the sidelines for a fast break. You got to sometimes go back and give your teammate a little bit of help there when they're getting trapped.
Inbound pass here for Skutt Catholic as they also bring in a substitution. It's number 2, Jenna Benjamin. The jumper by Kasner will not go. Rebounded, corralled by, that is Macy Rayner of the Bennington Badgers. Up the floor to Rynell, to Rayner. Rayner thought about the 3. Good defense there by Ladwig. moving her feet along that baseline. Now here is Rynell, top of the key. Left side to Bobaj. Bobaj cross court to Baca. Baca on the right wing throws it down floor, and we have a foul on the entry pass. This one's going to go on Elena Michaelis.
Really good job there by Macy Rayner to keeping her composure, reversing the ball, which allowed Alexandra John to really, a freshman at that, really post up hard against Skutt Catholic, drawing their first foul for him. So 3 minutes left. You got to start getting some stuff to the hoop.
Baseline inbound pass. They get it into Hayden Jackson. Jackson hit a big three-pointer yesterday against Sydney. Here is Rayner now into the near corner. It's Alexandra John. Rayner with it once again in the lane. And we have a foul away, or this is going to be on Cameron Kasner.
Yeah, Cameron Kasner doesn't like that call there, but Rayner was in the midst of passing. You could have got away with maybe a shot foul, but the Bennington Badgers understand that we can't live and die by the three because the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks are coming out hot.
15-8 is your score. 3:07 to play first quarter. Bennington to inbound it. It's deflected out of bounds. Now it's going to be coming from a tougher spot to inbound it. It's going to be even closer to the corner over here along the baseline. Boabaj will be the inbounder. She slaps the ball, and they start to move for the Bennington Badgers. Looking, they find a wide open Macy Rayner down low. She misses the first shot, puts it back up, and can't connect on the second one. She's going to want those two back.
Yeah, you know what? A great inbounds play in a tricky position. Just a little too hard off the glass.
Here's Ladwig now to Kasner. Kasner on the left side, guarded by Alexandra John. Turns around Kasner to the right wing. It's Jenna Benjamin. Benjamin spinning, pivoting, looking around, takes one dribble, now gives it to Ladwig. The senior guard tells her to get out of the way and let Ladwig go to work. 12 seconds on the possession as Molly Ladwig guarded by Boabaj. They set two screens, one on each side. Ladwig pulls up from three, and she misses that three-point attempt. It's corralled by Boabaj in transition as she dumps it down low. The layup too strong. Rebound fought for. Boabaj rather, throws it to Jackson, who has a wide open look at a three. Missed it badly off to the right side, and McMahon cleans up the miss for Skutt Catholic.
Yeah, Skutt Catholic really got lucky there because Boabaj had an easy basket and an open three by Jackson. Neither one went in.
And the three-pointer by Shotkoski will not go. Kasner with the offensive rebound. She kicks it out to Ladwig to reset the offense near the logo. Molly Ladwig driving right side, steps back, elbow, jumper, drains it.
Yeah, when you score 50 points in a high school game, you got the whole package, and there's a little drive there behind the back. The improvement in her game off the dribble is on display tonight.
Here's Boabaj left side, Rynell. Rynell with it, top of the key, denies the screen, now works back. Macy Rayner almost lost that basketball, now dribbles to the top, drives in left side of the lane, almost got it stripped from her. Bodies fight for the loose ball. It goes through the legs of Hayden Jackson, and McMahon comes away with it for Omaha Skutt, who leads by 9. Ladwig with 1.5 to go in the first quarter, down to Kasner, working on John. Good move by Kasner. Nowhere to go. Better defense by Alexandra John. Here's Ladwig on the left side. Stops. Free throw line. Floater. Off balance. No good. And the rebound fought for. And now Kasner just picked up foul number 2.
Yeah, that was really on it. That was not necessary for Kasner to try to go for either the jump ball or the steal. That was a pretty good rebound there by Harper. And so you don't right now when you have a 9-point lead, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal because there's a lot of basketball left to be played. And if I'm the Bennington Badgers, I just got to withstand this storm and get something started on the offensive end. And then obviously game plan for your comeback.
17-8 is your score. Bennington down by 9. Here on the left side, Presley Baca download Alexandra John. She was unable to grab that pass, but it was so far over her head that Hayden Jackson was able to get it for the Bennington Badgers. They're still on offense. Downloaded Jackson. Jackson, the layup, doesn't even need to use the backboard. It just went down perfectly through the cylinder.
Great job by Rainier. Even a better job by Jackson, showing the patience to make that easy bucket.
Shotkoski for 3, unable to connect, and the rebound fought for, won by Skutt Catholic. Once again, the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks now as a team have 4 offensive rebounds here in the first quarter. On the left side, it is Ike. Ike gives it to Ladwig. Ladwig has it near the logo. 29 on the game clock, 18 on the possession. As Shotkoski gives it right back to Ladwig. Lets her go to work. McMahon with it near the logo, 10 on the possession. McMahon faces up, now to Ladwig. Ladwig working left side in the lane. The pass inside taken away by Bennington. Up the floor they go with 12 seconds on the game clock left in the first quarter. The layup will not fall. It's offensively rebounded. 3-ball Jackson, short, and it goes into the hands of Ladwig. Ladwig, the one-handed baseball pass up the floor. McMahon in the lane. She's fouled with 0.1 on the game clock here in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know what? Coach O'Connor is not liking that. He felt like it was a body foul on the missed layup here down on their end, and Jackson had to hustle down to try to stop McMahon to getting the shot off. Now, when you look at it, there's 0.1 seconds left. You would have just probably, maybe left it for chance. But the Bennington Badgers have got to just get their thoughts together, get their emotions together, because the Skyhawks are playing at a pretty high clip right now. And look, the way they've shot down at that south end there where nobody can make a shot, let alone a layup, is really, really beneficial to them long-term in this game.
The second free throw is no good for McMahon. She goes 1 for 2 at the line. But after the first quarter of play, a fast-paced first quarter sees Omaha Skutt take an 8-point lead into the second quarter of play. It's 18-10 Skyhawks after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman. We take the action as with 7.5 to go in the second quarter. The Bennington Badgers just turned over the basketball after a Libby Shotkoski three-pointer for Skutt Catholic. So now it's 21-10 Skutt Catholic, and they will inbound it here on the near sideline. Shotkoski has it. She'll bring it up across the timeline before she gives it to Ladwig. Now Ladwig will finish that off. 7:21 to go, second quarter, handing it off to McMahon. Now McMahon bounces it, top of the key to Cameron Kasner. Kasner underhands it to Ladwig. Ladwig steps back, picks up her dribble, passes right side now. Michaelis in the near corner. Michaelis guarded closely there by Skylar Johnson. The entry pass almost taken away, now kicked out. McMahon for three, and Mia McMahon drains it. It's 24-10 Skutt Catholic.
Yeah, they're shooting the lights out tonight, and they look like the number one team in the state.
Back on the other end, Boabaj goes up strong with it. She gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, the Bennington Badgers are just, they are facing an onslaught of offensive efficiency by the offense or by Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. They have to just stay calm. They're down by 14, but it's not like they aren't playing good defense. They're just shooting the lights out. So they got to hit free throws and then try to get a couple stops on defense with some actually fast break layups. Now, what they can't do is get over aggressive and get in the bonus, and obviously Skutt Catholic can really shoot free throws as well.
Boabaj hits the first free throw. One more coming up with 6:50 to play in the second quarter. The second one on its way. It's also good. It's 24-12 as Skutt Catholic has doubled up the Bennington Badgers. They lead by 12, and they have the basketball, does the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. On the logo, it's Molly Ladwig for Skutt Catholic, passing it left side back to Molly Ladwig. Almost got it knocked away to McMahon. McMahon fires from the same spot. That one missed badly, missed everything. Way too strong, and her quickly putting it up the floor is Boabaj. Boabaj dumps it down low, and we have a reach-in foul on Mia McMahon.
Yeah, but the one thing you can do with the Bennington Badgers, you can knock a big hole in this deficit by continuing to push the pace. This Omaha Skutt Catholic is obviously shooting it really well, but the reason why they're shooting really well because they're in rhythm. The best way to get them out of rhythm is push the pace.
Bennington to inbound. They get it over the top to Baca. Baca is standing at the free throw line, driving on Michaelis. She spins, gets it and poked out of her lap, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks.
Yeah, they just got to execute here. They got one stop down there. They had a good opportunity on the fast break. It's underneath the hoop. Quick 2 points. They're right back in this game.
Here is Bennington. They inbound it inside the lane to Raynell. Raynell to Baca. Baca steps back to Addison Raynell. Raynell fires the three from the nearest or the far corner.
Yeah.
Missed everything on that one. Air ball, and Ladwig brings it up the floor for Skutt.
Yeah, it's probably not the shot you want when you're trying to mount a comeback against a hot offensive team, but you got to lock in on defense here.
Top of the key, Mia McMahon with it. On the left side, McMahon steps back to Kasner. Kasner holding the basketball, bounces it inside to Ladwig. Ladwig falls on the floor on the basketball, and the possession arrow after the jump ball keeps it with Skutt.
Good idea by Kasner. Probably a little bit hard on the bounce pass. Plus, everybody claps on Ladwig. They're lucky to keep the possession after the jump ball.
24-12 your score. 5:58 to go, second quarter. Skutt Catholic with a 12-point lead on the Bennington Badgers. Baseline inbound, they get it into Ladwig. Ladwig, floater on the way, and it's going to be a charge called on, they're going to say illegal screen on Cameron Kasner. Cameron Kasner just committed her second personal foul, and she just told Kip Colony that to not take her out of the game, and then he goes, be smart.
Yeah, Kip Colony has a lot of confidence in his senior. Would at least probably sat her down for a minute or two, so she wouldn't have to sit pretty much the rest of the game.
Now on the right side, Boabaj, cross-court pass Raynell. Raynell with it in the back, or in the perimeter. In the backcourt now, in the elbow, jumper fouled, and that's foul number 3 on Mia McMahon, and McMahon's going to have to sit out for the rest of the first half, I would assume.
Yeah, Kip Colony is mad. Now, I don't know if he's more mad at Mia McMahon or Cameron Kasner, but now he has to put in Jenna Benjamin, the 5'6" junior guard, to hold the fort down because he cannot afford 2 of his top 3 players to be in foul trouble this early in the second quarter before the halftime.
The first free throw is good by Harper Boabaj. She has one more free throw coming up. It's 24-13. Jenna Benjamin is back into the game. Kip Colony is telling Mia McMahon, be smart, be smart. She doesn't believe that it was a foul on that shot from Harper Boabaj, but she'll take a seat on the pine. The second free throw for Boabaj is short, and the rebound is corralled by Molly Ladwig. Here comes Omaha Skutt Catholic. Across the timeline, Ladwig, 5:31 to play, second quarter. Ladwig rolls left. She'll fire the 3 from the left side, misses it. And the rebound tipped out, corralled by Jenna Benjamin of Omaha Skutt Catholic. On the right side, Kasner. Kasner with it, bracking down the smaller defender in the lane, and the shot is blocked. Cameron Kasner thought there should have been a foul there, but good defense there by Reese Almquist.
You know, Nick, with the way Skutt Catholic has been shooting the ball and with the ease they've been able to score, you think they'd be almost up by 20. They're only up by 11. So it's a credit to Bennington Badgers that they can really get a few stops here in a row and then obviously get some scoring opportunities. They can be more than back in this game.
Benjamin looking to inbound, and now finally they called a 5-second call. I was shocked that it took that long. It felt like it was longer than 5 seconds, and John Connor was stomping his foot next to that inbound play trying to say 5 seconds. That's got to be longer than 5, and they finally call it. Bennington forces the turnover. On the left side, it's Jackson. Down low, trying to get position was Alexandra John. They couldn't get it to her. Boabaj with it on the right elbow. Working on Ladwig. Gets bumped, kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson working on Benjamin. Now Alexandra John up top of the key. Here is Rayner. Rayner stops at the elbow, turns around. Boabaj fires the 3. Can't connect, and Kasner collects the defensive rebound. That's rebound number 8 for her. A pass up the floor. Michaelis, layup good. What a feed from Molly Ladwig.
Yeah, Ladwig, man, looked like she was playing quarterback for Omaha Skutt Catholic, who we see all the time in football. Deep pass, accuracy. Here's one thing about the Bennington Badgers. If I was Coach O'Connor, I'd actually call a timeout right now and say, look, Kasner has 3 fouls. Alexander John, Macy Rainier, anybody, or Jackson, we are running pin downs. We are running back picks. We are trying to get her in foul trouble with that 4th foul.
Yeah.
And not bail out the Skutt Catholic Skyhawk defensive unit or their team or their basketball team by shooting deep threes. Yes, we can shoot threes, but the ultimate, we want to make sure we get the clock stopped and get to the free throw line, but get one of their best players out of the game. And plus, Skutt Catholic has 4 fouls.
Yeah.
So you can get really inch back in there.
In the lane, it's Ladwig, kicks out to Benjamin, and she traveled with it. That's a turnover.
Yep, you see Benjamin right there. She had a kind of a tricky turnover a couple of possessions before there. She with the travel. So this is a perfect
And
time.
how about this? Sorry to interrupt you. Kip Colony wants to bring Mia McMahon back into the game. No, they're gonna bring her back because she has 3 fouls.
Yeah, but you're able to go to another veteran player, Madeline Ike, the 5'6" junior, who is a defensive stopper. So, I mean, when you're thinking about that, or when you're thinking about this, Nick, right here, this is the perfect time. Now, Kastner is out, right? And so Coach Colony is like, okay, we got to up the pressure up above the free throw line and three-point line. But this is Alexandra John time. See, there you go.
She has the ball down in the lane, the turnaround. She can't hit the bunny, and now she commits a frustration foul.
Yeah, and that's just where Bennington is right now. But if I'm Coach O'Connor over there and he's clapping his hands, I'm still confident because we are getting the shots that we want. We're just not hitting them. So, eventually our turn and our chance at going on a big run is coming very soon.
Here's Ladwig. She'll bring it up the floor. 4:07 to go in the second quarter. 26-13 is your score. Ladwig with the basketball at the logo, guarded by number 15. That's Rayner. 3 ball on the way from Ladwig. No good. And the offensive rebound into the hands of Ike. Now Madeline Ike gives it to Shotkoski, who passes out to Ladwig. Another offensive rebound for Omaha Skutt Catholic. That's number 7 on the day. Ladwig, top of the key, spin move, steps back. Now to Michaelis. Michaelis passes it left side to Madeline Ike. Madeline Ike back to the key, left side now. Shotkoski to Benjamin to Ladwig to Shotkoski now far corner. 3-ball Madeline Ike. Missed everything on that one. Alexandra John with the defensive rebound.
Yeah, good defensive stop there by the Bennington Badgers. Now they got to get something to cash in here on offense.
Here, top of the key, 3-ball on the way from Boabaj, unable to connect as the offensive rebound. Bennington with another crack at it. Can't get that one to fall. And here comes Ladwig after the defensive rebound. 3:05 to play second quarter. That pass deflected. Ladwig gets it back, and that's going to be a timeout charge to Kip Colony. He was saying that he thought that it was a timeout called, but Kip Colony held up his fist and calling a play. And now one thing that they do need to know is that they don't have a full 10 seconds to get it across the half court line.
Yeah, normally
because that's not normally on a timeout they would.
Yeah.
But since that's not called a timeout, they should only have two seconds essentially to get it across the half court line, which they do on the inbound pass, no problem. They get it back to Ladwig. Lena Michaelis might have gotten away with a travel there. Ladwig backing down the defender. Free throw line jumper.
Yeah.
Good.
Listen, the Buffalo commits is on point tonight. She's showing potentially why she's the player of the year in Nebraska.
Top right corner now, top of the key. Here is Rynell. Rynell to Jackson. Jackson thought about shooting the three, gives it back to Rynell. Rynell pops the jumper, missed everything. Bodies fly on the floor, and it's an offensive rebound for Bennington. Firing the three, Skylar Johnson. She airballs that one, and Ladwig collects the miss. Bennington's got to find some buckets. A one-handed pass down to Michaelis. The layup will not fall. How did that pass even get completed over three Bennington defenders? Up the floor we go. Rynell to number 15. That is Rayner. She drills the elbow jumper.
Really, really good job. Oh! I won't say it.
Go ahead and explain what you were going to, what you did say. What you were going to say.
Really good job by Macy Rayner catching it in transition and not trying to force the layup. Good mid-range jumper for 2 points. Also, really a double play essentially, in making Ladwig that would have forced the turnover.
Skutt Catholic will bring it across the timeline. She gets picked up by Rayner. Skutt Catholic passes right side. Jenna Benjamin with it. It feels like nobody on this floor with this lineup of Skutt Catholic, anybody other than Ladwig, is not out there to shoot the basketball right now. Now Shotkoski, maybe Shotkoski can, but Shotkoski will dribble it Ladwig's way. They'll pass it to Michaelis. She fires the shot, airballs. Jenna Benjamin puts up the shot. She makes it with the foul, and she's going to go to the line for one more free throw after Skutt takes a 28-15 lead.
Yeah, Coach O'Connor can't be upset at anybody but his players. You know Ladwig's out there. You're going to focus on her. You get a shot, you get an air ball, and you allow not only an offensive rebound, but she put it back in, possibly a three-point play. This is all while you're trying to come back before halftime.
It's 30-15, and it stays 30-15 after Benjamin misses the free throw. 1 minute, 41 seconds to go in the second quarter. Rynell gives it to Rayner. Rayner, nobody stops ball until Madeline Ike does near the elbow. She gets to Alexandra John. John with the basketball. On the left wing. Now Rynell. Rynell with it, dribble drive, kicks it out. Will try to kick it out. It was deflected, and it's going to go to Skutt Catholic. They're going to say Rynell touched it last.
Yeah, the Bennington Badgers fans are not happy about that. Coach O'Connor wants to blow a timeout right now before halftime, try to get his team refocused and composed, and then obviously you're talking about situational basketball right now.
30-15 is your score. Let's take a 30-second break. Come right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. 1:24 to play in the second quarter, 30-15. All Skutt Catholic here early on as Ladwig bounces it in, and she immediately gets it right back with 1:22 to play. Now up to the floor to Libby Shotkoski. Shotkoski on the right wing, guarded closely by Jackson, getting harassed, getting followed. Now Shotkoski dribble drive, the layup, no good. Baca with the defensive rebound, and immediately Michaelis ties it up, and the possession arrow still gives it to the Bennington Badgers.
Yeah, really good job there by Bennington of getting a defensive stop. If you want to get the momentum back, you got to get stops, and then you got to try to get easy shots on offense. Now look what Skutt has done in order to get Bennington really trying to put the dagger in the heart. Full court pressure here to see how they handle it.
They inbounded. Bennington does to Jackson. Now Baca has it. Baca to Rayner. Rayner will cross the timeline before she gets knocked by Benjamin as that one goes out of bounds. The last touched by the Bennington Badgers, and just the pressure on the ball by Skutt Catholic caused some fits.
Yeah, Macy thought Skylar Johnson was going to get that or go for it. But sometimes when you're being sped up and playing at a different pace and you're losing right now to a really, really skilled and obviously hot shooting team in Omaha Skutt Catholic, you start to kind of think about things, and you got a half of basketball to play before you even have to worry about some of the things you're thinking about right
Here's
now.
Ladwig for three. Missed everything. Jenna Benjamin gets the offensive rebound, though. And so Bennington just cannot get them to go one and done. They have allowed a lot of second chance points as Michaelis hands it off to Ladwig for Skutt Catholic. 33 seconds to go in the second quarter. Here's Ladwig at the top of the key, bounces it right side. Shotkoski for three, and she connects. Libby Shotkoski gives Skutt Catholic a 33-15 advantage.
Yeah, even though Skutt Catholic is 5 of 13 from threes, it seems like they've made every shot they've taken. And now you got the Bennington Badgers trying to do the same thing on their end. Now you got a quick foul here. Sometimes I'm telling you, Nick, we saw this in the West Side game against Bellevue West. When one team is hot from three, sometimes subconsciously it can make you think you need to answer 3 for 3. Shoot 3 for 3. But more importantly, you got to just think we need points and we need stops. And then you start to worry about the oversaturation of 3 shots later in the game instead of early.
Raynell missed the 3, and Mally Ladwig was fouled on the defensive rebound. So Skutt Catholic has it with 8 seconds and counting. Shotkoski with it. Gives it to Ladwig. Ladwig on the left side with 3 on the game clock. Kicks it out. Madeline Ike for 3. Can't get it to fall. And that is it for the first half of action. Your score, Omaha Skutt Catholic 33. The Bennington Badgers 15 at the break. We'll step aside for a couple of minutes. Come back with our thoughts from the first half here from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology, on your side, by your side.
Hello? Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's halftime here in the Class B semifinal. Omaha Skutt out in front comfortably over the Bennington Badgers by 18 points. They lead at 33-15 at the break. Jay, you look up and down at Omaha Skutt's roster, their point totals at the half, and just doing it the way that Skutt can in a balanced effort. You look at it, Molly Ladwig, Libby Shotkoski each have 9. Cameron Kasner has 7. A couple of players chipped in 4 points, 2 points across the board. there's just so many places where Skutt can hurt an opponent.
Yeah, I think it was started with Kasner. She started out right away with 7 quick points, and she controlled the boards, which eliminated the speed and aggressiveness of Bennington Badgers, who was kind of getting used to the moment. And then here comes Molly Ladwig, who banked in her first 2 shots. One was a 2, another was a 3. And then I call it bonus points out of Libby Shatkowski.
Yeah.
I know she's a starter. She's probably the 3rd or 4th option, but she became the 2nd option because their normal third option is Mia McMahon. She jumped into foul trouble, as we saw. Coach Colony was mad at 2 of his superstar players. But when you're a really, really good team, a well-oiled machine based on the schedule that they played, but then also their experience, they're able to fight through those moments. But more importantly, Nick, they came out with a different energy and mindset than they had against Norris. Now, I will tell you like this, Norris brought it to them.
Yeah.
And they were on their heels and kind of got lucky to come out of it. So sometimes you need that, so a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're taking out on the Bennington Badgers right now. But I also think the Bennington Badgers, being down by 18, have the skill set and the ability to come back. But they have to be a little bit smarter about it. I think it's a little bit too much on the threes, 11 threes. Some of them were real early in the shot clock. That's not a recipe to come back against this Omaha Skutt Catholic team.
I think you made a good point that it seemed like Omaha Skutt was trying to really focus on working inside early on, establish the inside presence. They know that the perimeter shooting will eventually be there. They know that they have guys or players like Ladwig, like Lashatkowski, McMahon when she's available to be able to knock down those perimeter shots. But to really establish the inside part of the paint, it was almost like they had the inside first, then outside approach.
Yeah,
tonight.
and you know what? They probably were saying, we would shoot a little bit better if we did that because the shots would be a little bit more open, and we saw it with the way they started with hitting threes. Now, they cooled off a little bit, but they did other things of timely steals on defense, destroying them on the offensive boards, getting easy shots. So right now they have full control of this game, and so this next this first 4 minutes in the third quarter is going to really, really set the tone for the game.
I agree. Let's step aside. Your score at the break, 33-15. Omaha Skutt with an 18-point lead over the Bennington Badgers. We'll step aside, come back in about 3.5 minutes, and have the start of the third quarter coming at you from Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Game 5 of 6 today. We got one to come after this one. It's going to be between the 3-seed Waverly Vikings and the 7-seed Gretna East Griffins. That's going to be exciting. That one, buckle up.
I know. It's going to be great to listen to on the radio.
Is that right?
Yes.
You going to bail on me? You wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, I would.
33-15 your score.
Here we go right now, Nick. I think this is going to be huge. I'm not lying, though. But
okay.
This is really, really good here. Or it's not really good. It's really good. It's an interesting part of the game. I mean, you're down by 18. You know, you've battled. You don't feel like you're down by 18, but ultimately you are. And so you got to really, really lock in. You cannot look at the scoreboard. You got to play. You got to think stops and buckets.
Here on the right side, it's Ladwig. Notable piece of information for Skutt Catholic. Jenna Benjamin is starting the second half instead of Mia McMahon. Kasner with the jumper on the way. It banks in. It's good.
Nick, sometimes when it's your night, your two best players, obviously Ladwig and Kasner, wearing out that ATM in that backboard. Sometimes it's just not your night, but you still got to battle here with your Bennington Badgers.
Inside, it's Presley Baca. Now back out to Boabaj. Boabaj had herself a quiet first half. She had only 5 points and only 4 shot attempts in that first 2 quarters. Now Baca with it on the right elbow, looking around, finds that is Almquist. Now Almquist to Raynell. Raynell looking around. She'll fire the 3 from the top of the key. She can't hit, and we have a foul called, and they're going to get Cameron Kasner on the foul, and that's number 3 on her.
Yeah, Kip Conley is like, you got to be kidding me. He already was mad at Mia McMahon for a tic-tac foul. He's telling Kasner again, be smart. One more, Coach Conley, and she'll be sitting next to you, assistant coaching, my brother.
Here on the far side, here's Almquist. Almquist on the left side, Boabaj now driving on Benjamin. The layup is good. They're going to need more of that in the second half.
Oh, Nick, yes, that is for sure. Good job by Boabaj, and once she gets going, she scores in bunches. But I think we stand corrected. It says on the up here at PBA that Kasner has 3 fouls. Okay. So then that's why she's still in the game. I don't think he'd leave her in with 4.
On the left side, it's Boabaj, and she just dribbled it off her leg and out of bounds. Another turnover for Bennington. That is turnover number 7 of the day.
Nick, we always talk about, in basketball, play fast but not in a hurry. It just seems like Skutt Catholic, by their really hot shooting and execution and dominating on the offensive rebounding edge, has made Bennington play so much in a hurry. They're out of sorts right now.
Here's Molly Ladwig working directly in front of us. She passes to the elbow to Michaelis. Michaelis with it. She overheads it. Now right wing to Shotkoski. Now Kasner. Kasner shot fake. Got Baca to jump in the air. Jumps it off. Michaelis misses the wide open layup. And the rebound corralled by Almquist off the floor. Skylar Johnson. Skylar Johnson pushing the pace. Gives it to Baca. Baca now to Boabaj. Boabaj Raynell. Wide open 3. And she cannot hit the broadside of a barn right now, as Raynell just has 3 points on 1 of 7 shooting.
Yeah, you got to think, though, Nick, I think the shots are good.
Yeah.
They're getting into their shooters. They're getting into the middle of the lane, and Coach O'Connor, I mean, he can't be upset at the shot selection.
Yeah.
A couple times in the first half, I felt they were a little too quick, considering that they were at a potential breaking point in the game. But that's a great shot right there. It's good offensive philosophy right there, executed. You just aren't hitting tonight. And you know what? On the other side, not only is Skutt Catholic hitting, they are banking them in from all angles on the floor tonight.
Ladwig was fouled, and she misses the first free throw now. 5:59 to go in the third quarter. It's 35-17. Omaha Skutt out in front by 18 points. Yeah. Ladwig, second one. As she dribbles it 4 times, squats down and fires away. The second one is good.
Yeah, these Bennington Badgers, you got to keep plugging away here. They're hoping at it for a cold streak for Skutt Catholic, but they look like a different team. The energy for Skutt Catholic, I think sometimes you got scared straight, And Coach Kip Conley probably had a good day of practice there yesterday.
Here's Bobaj on the right elbow, back to Raynell. Raynell working at it, top of the key to Bobaj on the right wing. Bobaj working on Molly Ladwig, starts to back her down. The fadeaway jumper, it circled the cylinder and just popped out. And now back to Ladwig down the floor to Michaelis. Michaelis dumps it back to Benjamin. Benjamin is going to be fouled by Presley Baca.
You know, Ladwig to to Michaelis is essentially like Patrick Mahomes to Kelsey in their prime. I mean, this is the third time that she's threw almost a three-quarter court length of a pass on the money to her, and she was able to get it to her co-partner there to draw a foul. I mean, this is pretty good offense, both inside, right? We think of when you look at Skutt Catholic, I think they look like a bigger physical team. They play like it as well. And then they are supremely skilled, and they do all the little things right, play with patience, poise, and fundamentals. They do that. And then they can play with a little flair, what we've seen multiple times led by Ladwig.
5:27 to go, third quarter. It's a timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for the time being. Tell you about our friends at Sandhills Global. They are offering opportunities to grow and develop in a fast-paced and dynamic environment at Sandhills Global. You can apply today at sandhills.com. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. After this one, we will have Gretna East and the Waverly Vikings coming your way from Pinnacle Bank Arena. That one's scheduled to tip off around 7:45 p.m., so about an hour away from now. For right now, though, it's 36-17. Omaha Skutt with a 19-point advantage. They lead it 36-17, 5:27 to play in the third quarter.
You know, I think right now when you see this clock in the third quarter start to trickle down, and obviously it's 5 minutes and 27 seconds left, you got to think benchmarks. You know, by the 2-minute mark, we want to be at this point. By the fourth quarter, we want to be at this point, and it's got to be an actionable goal. But you got to put forth a little bit better effort on the offensive end.
Baseline inbound for Skutt Catholic. They get it into Kasner, who passes it to Ladwig. Ladwig steps back, gives it to Shotkoski. Shotkoski to Kasner. Kasner now Benjamin on the left side. Benjamin tried to slingshot it into Shotkoski, and they're going to say that was deflected?
I think it went off of one of the young ladies' ponytails. So I guess technically it was a bit off the Bennington, one of the Bennington Badgers. That's pretty good eyesight to see that, Nick.
Shotkoski will be the inbounder from the baseline. Jenna Benjamin may have caught a break there for Skutt Catholic as Ladwig has it now to Benjamin, top of the key. Left side, Shotkoski. Shotkoski drives center of the lane in the left-handed layup. Can't get it to fall. And the rebound goes into the hands of Presley Baca for Bennington, down by 19. Here comes Boabaj, dumps it down low. The layup is good. Nice job.
That's exactly what you need. You need to get the ball in the hands of Boabaj, let her create, and make a good decision.
Here comes Shotkoski. Omaha Skutt has numbers. Passing it right side. Now into the far corner, Michaelis. Back to Benjamin. Benjamin in the lane. It kicks it out. Shotkoski for three. Can't get that one to fall, and Presley Baca gets the rebound. Bennington trying to string a couple stops and buckets together.
You know, Nick, when you think about this, Boabaj can really create her own, 1-on-4, 1-on-5 fast break. So you got to up the pace right now. Skutt Catholic is way too comfortable playing defense on the defensive end, and they definitely are really, really comfortable on the offensive end.
A foul.
Now here comes Mia McMahon right now. Let's see if this is Coach Conley pretty much in the last 4 minutes and pretty much the next 3 minutes trying to put the dagger in the heart right here. So he can really coast home in the fourth quarter.
They're putting a smaller lineup in as Omaha Skutt Catholic, as they have basically 4 guards and a forward. The forward is their smallest forward, and Elena Michaelis out there. Skylar Johnson with it for Bennington in the lane as Kasner subbed out for Skutt. I should have said that. Now kicks it out. Baca for 3, and it's perfect. 36-22 is your score. It's now a 14-point ball game.
Yeah, this is what gets Coach O'Connor excited. You see a little bit of life here. You got Boabaj guarding full court. Wow. The 4 guys in the Bennington Badgers kind of Louis Vuitton full jumpsuits there are not happy with that. I didn't see a foul. I like the aggressive play. If I'm Coach O'Connor, I'm imploring my players to crank up the heat even more. What else you got to lose, Nick? You're playing the number 1 team in the state. They've only lost once. And you got your back against the wall, and you know you got a guaranteed 12 minutes, 11 seconds left. Let's just go for it right now and see what happens.
Skutt Catholic has not made a shot in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of game time as Kip Colony, on the Skutt sideline tells Shotkoski to get going. To Ladwig on the back cut. She puts up a contested shot. It's no whistle, and it's a little frustration here for Omaha Skutt Catholic as they take it right back. McMahon to Michaelis. Michaelis will slow it down, give it to Ladwig. Ladwig will now turn up the pace. On the left side, Molly Ladwig running the floor. Great dump off. Michaelis layup good.
Get in and go. Right now, sometimes you might have to give up a 2 to get it back, or you give up 2 to get 4. You got to get in the track meet right here.
There's Presley Baca able to score. It's 38-24, back to a 14-point ball game.
Right here, you got to get up on her. You got to press her, and you got to make her make quick decisions so you can get the ball back as many times as you can.
Here on the left side, it's this is Madeline Ike. I'm pretty sure that's not good as it looks like.
Shotkowski,
that is Libby Shotkoski. She's on the ground in pain, crying as she twisted
her
something.
Ankle. Yeah, I think she got her foot jammed on top of a Bennington Badger defender and kind of had the same ankle injury as Tatum did in the previous game here when it was Bellevue West, their young freshman phenom. And sometimes the initial shock of kind of rolling your ankle, brings on a array of emotion. She's a tough girl. Walking it off there, so hopefully she can get some ice and a little bit of physical therapy, and be able to play, possibly if they're able to move on to the championship game. Now, if I'm Kip Conley, I feel like I'm in a good decision because look, Shotkoski goes out and here comes Kasner, right? He's telling her, listen, we're at a pivotal point in the game. I can't have you have a forced foul. But when you look down on his bench, you got great minutes from Benjamin. You got Ike that can come in. All is not forgotten just in case somebody gets in foul trouble.
So Skutt Catholic will inbound it from the sideline. Here is Molly Ladwig to inbound. She throws it into Mia McMahon. McMahon now with it at the top of the key, guarded by Presley Baca. Baca forces her to give it up to Kasner, who's back into the game after the injury to the Skutt Catholic Skyhawk, Libby Shotkoski, and Kasner immediately draws a foul to go send her to the line.
Yeah, good drive there by Kasner, physical play. In the first half, that would have went in no matter where it hit on the backboard, but nevertheless, she got to the free throw line, and Coach Conley likes his chances here to keep extending the lead.
So Kasner at the free throw line, 2 free throws coming. The first one on the way, and it is good.
Right now, the Bennington Badgers, you can do 2 things. You can kind of fight through it, start making excuses, start pointing the finger instead of the thumb, the old Bo Pelini quote there. But more importantly, what you have to do is really, crank up the pressure. Give more, try more, and sometimes if you give up an easy layup to Ladwig, you got a chance to get 4 points if you can get a steal after a bucket.
As Boabaj has it top of the key following Kasner going 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Left side, it's Rayner. Rayner now cross-court pass to Boabaj. Boabaj on the right side, dribbles in the center of the lane, kicks it out to Baca. Baca driving baseline. The floater on the way. It just sits on the front rim, bounces off. And defensive rebound for Molly Ladwig, who she's immediately trapped. She gets it to Kasner. Now up the floor to McMahon. McMahon will bring it across the timeline with a pass to Kasner. Kasner going downhill. Dumps it down to Michaelis. Now to Ike. Ike fires the 3 on the way, and it is no good. Bounces off the top of the backboard, and it will be Bennington Badger basketball with them trailing by 15.
If I'm Coach O'Connor, I like this effort here in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and also I want it for the rest of the game. And so they missed the bunny shot down there on the offensive end and really attacked the offensive boards, but got back and got to stop on defense. He's got to keep at it.
Here is Boabaj in the center of the lane, kicks it out. Baca for 3. Can't get that one to fall, and Mia McMahon has the defensive rebound, gives it to Ladwig. Ladwig looking forward down the floor, gets it to Ike. Ike will dribble it up to the perimeter, and that pass is going to be taken away by Jackson for the Bennington Badgers. Going the other way, here is Rayner. Rayner on the left side, pass fake. Great use of the pass fake because it drew the defender to the other side. And we have a timeout by Kip Colony. It's going to be a full timeout on the floor with 2:06 to go in the third quarter. Skutt leads at 39-26. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
39-26 is your score. 2:06 to go in the third quarter. Libby Shotkoski has returned to the Skyhawks bench. She has her left shoe off and ice around that left ankle. 2:01 to play in the third quarter. Ladwig has it. She gets to Benjamin, up the floor to Michaelis. Michaelis back to Ladwig. Molly Ladwig with it. Has it overhead with 19 on the possession, 1:49 in the ball game, and we have a carry called on Molly Ladwig.
Yeah, Molly Ladwig not only carried, she skipped with it as well, like skipped to my Lou. Look at here, before you take a second look, Nick, Bennington Badgers are down by 13.
Yeah.
And so now they went in by 15 at halftime, so they're almost hitting the benchmark maybe they had coming out of halftime, but they're playing some good basketball.
Rayner kicks it out right now for three. That one circled the cylinder, the offensive board. The putback is good for Bennington.
Yeah, Bennington right now, I think the pressure and the speed of upping the pace has really got Skutt out of whack. If they can get this below double digits, we got a new ball game.
Here's Kasner working down. Great move by Kasner. Missed the layup, though. On the left side, here comes Skylar Johnson for the Bennington Badgers with 1:15 in the third, with Bennington down by 11. They get it to Rayner. Rayner with it, top of the key. She steps up. Nobody picks her up. She's going to spot up and fire. Just missed the three-point shot. She could have, if she had followed her shot to the right side, she could have maybe gotten that rebound. Instead, Ladwig passes to Kasner. The layup is good, and Cameron Kasner going to the line.
Yeah, Cameron Kasner just right back to business. Everything she puts up off the backboard seems to go in. But if I'm the Bennington Badgers, this is kind of what you have to live with if you're Coach Connor. You're playing against the number one team in the state. You know they're going to answer a few of the calls. You got to make sure that you give them more calls to answer. They're back to a 13-point lead. You cannot stop the relentless pressure and effort because you are making some headway right now.
Here's the shot by Kasner. It's good.
And, Nick, one of the things I think what Skutt Catholic has done here, and obviously they've done it to the magnitude of being 25-1 coming into the tournament, is that they play at their own pace, but they're extremely skilled. So essentially, they just drain the energy out of you, and then they just systematically wear you out.
42-28, your score on the left side. Jackson, she'll fire the three, and that one just about went down, but instead it popped out of the rim. Now Ladwig pushing the floor, pushing the pace, carrying the defender on her hip. She gets dropped on the hardwood, and she'll draw the foul.
Yeah, well, Ladwig, she can play at that pace too. Everybody thinks she's just a spot-up shooter or a volume scorer. She can go to the rack, and that was a good job by her. She was just holding off the pressure there, I think, by either Jackson or Harper all the way down to the hoop, and she drew the foul. And so what they're trying to do on the flip side of answering this, barrage of energy and scoring by the Bennington Badgers is to get them in foul trouble, get them in get them to foul you on shots and try to increase the lead at the free throw line. But if I'm the Bennington Badgers now, I'm still cranking up the pressure because I feel like in the fourth quarter, you're going to game on not as many foul calls. We can get them some more turnovers. They're going to get worn out. If we can get to 6 or 8-0 run, this is a different ball game.
43-28, Ladwig fires the second free throw. It's good as well. 44-28 to score, 40.3 on the game clock. Here comes Boabaj across the timeline. Boabaj with 35 on the game clock to Raynell. Raynell with it on the top of the key. Now Jackson. Jackson passes left side to Almquist. Now to Rayner. Rayner guarded lightly by Madeline Ike. Passes right side. Boabaj working on Benjamin. Almost a jump ball. The turnaround is going to be blocked and rebounded by Madeline Ike.
Nick, it's really hard right now where you're saying, you kind of want to force things and you want to play with a lot of speed and then obviously aggression. But you also want to make sure that you're shooting the ball and shots that you can generally possibly make as well.
Left side with 3 seconds. Jenna Benjamin has it. She puts up the last shot of the third quarter, and it does not go. Your score after 3 quarters of play, the Omaha Skutt Catholic Skyhawks 44 and the Bennington Badgers 28. Here from Pinnacle Bank Arena, we'll be back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time to start the fourth quarter of play. Omaha Skutt leads at 44-28 over the Bennington Badgers. Skutt Catholic trying to get their first state championship in school history. They've been to the state championship the last 3 years. They've been to the state tournament 6 of the last 7, but have yet to win a title. Here on the right elbow, as Almquist thought about shooting the three, now to Baca. Baca to Raynell. Raynell with it. She dribbles the top of the key, now to Baca once again at the top. Down low, that pass almost intercepted by Michaelis. Instead, it's going to be given to Boabaj in the lane. She draws contact, no whistle, but a nice finish by Boabaj.
Yeah, really good move and body control there by Boabaj. You keep increasing the pressure, putting the pressure on Skutt to execute under immense amount of pressure.
On the top of the key, it is Mia McMahon, guarded by Skylar Johnson. She hands it off to Molly Ladwig. Ladwig, overhead pass to Benjamin. Benjamin spots up, three-pointer. It's good. Jenna Benjamin playing some big minutes in both the foul trouble of McMahon and now the absence because of injury of Libby Shotkowski.
Yeah, Kip Conley got to be happy as a coach that you're withstanding the heat that the Bennington Badgers have brought to you. And you got Shotkowski has her foot back or has her shoe back on. She's back on the bench, maybe in an emergency role, but you got to be really, really excited for Benjamin. Went way deep on the bench early, Kip Conley did, and she's paid off big time coming in here playing big minutes.
Here near the timeline, it is Boabaj. Now she dribbles up towards the perimeter. Boabaj passes right side, Skylar Johnson. Back to Boabaj. She drives center the lane. The right-handed finish. It's good. 47-32.
Yeah, I think this increased pressure and a little bit of desperation has played well for Bennington Badgers. They just got to keep it up and see if they can get Omaha Skutt Catholic to break.
Here's Kasner with it. Kicks it back out to Michaelis, who gives it to Ladwig. Ladwig working, and we have a foul called against Bennington.
Yeah, you know what, a little touch foul, but you know what? Coach O'Connor is saying, you know what, we got to get right back up in them. We can't give any air for them to try to make any moves. You got to keep pressing them. And if you get to the bonus, that's just part of where you are as a team right now. You're in a little bit of desperation mode.
Here's Ladwig trapped in the corner. She gets it to Kasner. Kasner in the cross court. Benjamin will try for another three. She can't connect on that one, and Raynell gets the defensive rebound for Bennington as Benjamin hurries up and chases her down. Raynell to Boabaj. Boabaj spots up, elbow line jumper. Missed that badly. It's saved from going out of bounds. No, it's not. It's going to be Skutt Catholic basketball.
Yeah, but either way, Boabaj, Raynell, everybody, Baca, they got to just keep putting up the pressure. You cannot lose anybody in transition defense. More importantly, you got to keep driving it to the bucket and trying to hit open threes.
So Skutt Catholic leads it 47-32, 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Skutt Catholic with the basketball. Has it over her head, does Molly Ladwig. She dribbles near the logo. Ladwig crosses over, now right side, Jenna Benjamin with it. Benjamin gets it knocked out of her hands by Boabaj, but is able to get it back. Now Benjamin getting harassed by Boabaj, and now we have a foul called on Harper Boabaj.
Yeah, Kip Conley was begging and pleading for that foul of Boabaj against Benjamin. Benjamin did a really good job against the pressure. She came off the bench, and I don't know if she played that much against Norris. As a matter of fact, I think she didn't play at all. She came off ready to go because you never know when your number is going to be called.
Top of the key, here's Ladwig for the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. 5 minutes, 49 seconds to play. That pass almost intercepted, and it's going to be a foul on Presley Baca. as Cameron Kasner received that pass.
Yeah, Baca's a little bit upset at herself that she got the touch foul there. She wanted to get the ball or a jump ball call. But you got to stay focused. You got to continue to put this pressure on them. There's 35 seconds left. Reset of the shot clock. More importantly, you got to reset your pressure again.
Here is the sideline inbound. Molly Ladwig gets it into Mia McMahon. McMahon almost got it poked away. Now up top to Michaelis. Michaelis to a Cameron Kasner at the elbow. Kasner drives, spin move, and she might have gotten away with a walk there.
Yeah,
now
she did.
McMahon kicks it out. Benjamin with it on the far corner. Benjamin picks up her dribble, looking for help, finds McMahon. A little bit of a lot of traffic in that far corner there between Benjamin and McMahon, plus 2 defenders. And Kip Colony wants to talk things over, and that's exactly where he was pointing, was in that corner. Why is there so many people over there? Molly Ladwig's now telling Jenna Benjamin and the rest of the crew what needs to happen instead.
Yeah, getting in the corner and gets a run and trap and defense is probably a death sentence for your offense. And so Kip Conley is thinking not only this game right here, but also he's looking, we don't want to give whoever we possibly could face in the championship game anything extra to put in the scouting report. So the timeout isn't just for the present, it's for the future, which possibly could be the championship game. And so, obviously Skutt Catholic has been far and ahead, the number one team in the state, not, so far that it's a foregone conclusion. The first game against Norris, and even this game, outside of their first barrage of points and execution, it's not gonna be easy. And you have to get them to understand we have got to finish.
Here's Molly Ladwig at the top of at the logo rather. She gets doubled, passes left side to Michaelis. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Kasner fields it back to the basket. Now she faces up, working left side. It's Benjamin. Benjamin guarded by Boabaj. That pass deflected. It's a shot clock violation. No, they're going to let him play on. Boabaj might have gotten popped in the mouth as well, but she keeps going. Top of the key, Almquist. Almquist to Boabaj. Boabaj, right side, gets doubled, finds a flashing Bennington Badger running down the center of the lane, and they're able to hit Rynell for the 2.
Yeah, Rynell, good job of a back cut, secondary cut, good finish there for 2 points.
Kasner able to dribble up all the way to the free throw line, passes out of it to Michaelis. Michaelis now gets hands by Molly Ladwig. Ladwig gets it near it. They need help, and now Jenna Benjamin has it near corner, left wing to Michaelis. Michaelis guarded closely by Boabaj with her eyes staring at that basketball. And now Ladwig stops. Elbow line jumper, no good. And the rebound fought for, and they're going to let him play on. Bodies on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow keeps it with Skutt Catholic.
Yeah, Skutt Catholic got lucky there. Could have get 2 fouls over the back, but jump ball called. They keep possession. Badgers got to keep playing here.
4 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Baseline inbound. They'll inbound it to Ladwig on the right wing. Ladwig with it. Fakes left, goes right at the rim. The layup is no good, but a foul is called as Ladwig falls down, hits the deck, and goes to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I think that Ladwig kind of came in there out of control, and sometimes when you're a really, really good player, a star player, you get some calls that might not be agreeable to our Bennington Badger fan base back there. The 4 guys in the full-length jumpsuit have not been happy tonight.
No.
Yeah,
Can't blame them.
Yeah.
Bennington has 4 team fouls in the fourth quarter. Skutt with 0, by the way. Molly Ladwig shoots the free throw, and it's no good.
Now, I will tell you, when you're kind of playing that aggressive run and jump defense, it could be that. But I also think, like Coach O'Connor is talking to him inside the coach's box. Look, he was told, don't come outside the coach's box. He's saying, listen, that was not a foul.
Yeah.
The ref is saying, yes, it was. He said, no, it wasn't. I'll go back here, but he is not happy. But he is not giving the stare down like Coach Clark from the West Side Warriors.
No. That's correct. Bennington on the day has committed 17 fouls. Skutt Catholic has committed just 9 on the entire game. The free throw by Ladwig, that second one is good. She goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 48-34 is your score. 4:22 to play, fourth quarter.
Yeah,
here's Rayner.
The Bennington Badgers right here got to keep the pressure on, man. And look at this, Macy Rayner, really good. Rayner, good job there. Hesitation, crossover, finish through contact, 2 points. You keep knocking down that lead. You can really extend this game the last minute and a half, 2 minutes.
4:02 to play, fourth quarter. 48-36, still a 12-point ball game. Ladwig has the basketball. Can Bennington get some stops defensively? Now on the far side, Jenna Benjamin to Ladwig. Ladwig with it all the way out in the perimeter to Benjamin to Kasner. Kasner, two-handed pass left side to McMahon. McMahon's been real quiet tonight. Back she has it to Ladwig. Back to McMahon on the corner. Corner driving, baseline dumps off. Michaelis layup, good. Good find by Mia McMahon.
Good job by Mia McMahon coming in and playing the role that she usually rolls as a third scoring option. But big assist there to stop the run by the Bennington Badgers.
Here on the left side, Jackson fires the three. She misses that one. It's deflected, and it's hauled in by Kasner. And now a foul is going to be called on the Bennington Badgers down low.
Yeah, so that means now they got to walk all the way to the other end and let Kasner shoot 2 free throws. And so right now is a tricky time for the Bennington Badgers led by Coach O'Connor. Too many fouls. Obviously, this game will get out of hand in the point differential, right? Where it could, when on the court, the game is obviously a pretty tight and highly contested game. But now that you're in the bonus, and essentially, Nick, I know that they're playing a run and jump defense, but to be 5 fouls to 0, that's what Coach Connor is nicely saying to the referee crew.
The first free throw for Cameron Kasner is good. It's 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 51-36 is your score. Kasner will have one more free throw coming up for Skutt.
Yeah, Kasner has played a big role right here. I think she got the party started, the first 7 points real fast, and then she's had 6 point since, and obviously gotten a little bit of foul trouble. But one thing that's going to be one thing that's always consistent is her dominating on the board. She has 11 rebounds and 1 assist, and then she kept her fouls down, and she's stuck at 3.
Bobaj to Jackson. Jackson has the top of the key. She'll spot up three-pointer. Good. As Jackson drains the 3, they have a timeout on the floor as Bennington takes a brief stoppage in play. It's 52-39, 13-point ball game with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and come right back.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Jay, you and I were talking during the break. It's a 13-point ball game, and Bennington has done what they've needed to do at times for a good chunk of the game. They haven't shot well from beyond the three-point line, but that's fine, right? But then ultimately, we just kind of agreed. Skutt came out so hot that it feels like Bennington's just had such a tall mountain to climb.
Yeah, you're going into a fight against Mike Tyson, one arm behind your back, because they came out throwing haymakers and connecting on all of them.
As McMahon has it for Skutt Catholic, great ball movement for the Skyhawks here. Michaelis just inside the perimeter gives it to Madeline Ike, who hands it to Molly Ladwig. It will be interesting to see what Skutt will do in the years to come when Ladwig, Kasner are not a part, McMahon is included in that, are not a part of this team, just because, not that they're going to take a massive step back. However, when you look at how much Ladwig takes over in the ball control game, I mean, whenever somebody needs something bailed out, it's Ladwig. Whenever Ladwig's in trouble, it's Kasner. I mean, those are the senior leaders of this team.
Yeah, and you know what it is? They've been playing a lot of varsity minutes ever since they were freshmen and sophomores, and that's hard to replace. And when you have a special player, not only in Skutt Catholic, girls basketball history, but in the state of Nebraska history, right? That's hard to replace. You can't; those players don't come every 2 or 3 years. They come every 10 to 15 and maybe 20 years, and so it's going to take some time. But it's also like we saw with Bellevue West. You know what? You get a good freshman and sophomore class, you can really step up and really reload things instead of rebuild.
Here's top of the key, Rayner. Rayner with it, gives it to Bobaj. Bobaj right side, Jackson spots up three-pointer, just off to the left. The rebound hits the floor, and we're going to have a foul called as it's going to go against Skutt Catholic. It'll stay Bennington's ball.
Yeah, look, I mean, every time Jackson puts up a three, it looks like it's going in, and so she was able to hit 1-2 possessions ago. She's going to keep shooting it, but off the ball foul there, I think, on a Skutt Catholic defender. And so, for Bennington being down by 15, the more chances you get, you got 2 minutes and 27 seconds left in your season. You got to go get after it and hopefully get some luck on your side as well.
Here comes the Bennington Badgers looking to inbound it. They inbound it here to Skylar Johnson, down by 15 with 2:24 to play in the fourth quarter. Raynell with it at the left side. Hands it to Bobaj. Bobaj, layup. Good. Nice take by Bobaj.
Bobaj is a great little player, explosive and quick, and more importantly, fearless.
Here's Kasner bringing it across the timeline. Now that's Madeline Ike, rather, as Ladwig gets stuck in across the timeline, and she's going to be bumped and fouled by Skylar Johnson.
Yeah, Coach O'Connor is talking to Bobaj to try to get her to understand you got to really slide your feet and get your foot actually, and then in that case, at the half-court line. So then, therefore, Ladwig would have to get an over and back call.
Yeah, Molly Ladwig at the free throw line. She is 6 for 8 from there tonight. So she makes the first one 7 for 9. Bennington now has 2 players with 4 fouls. Harper Bobaj and Skylar Johnson both will foul out if they commit one more personal. 2:01 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 55-41.
Yeah, right now you can't worry about that because Bobaj, she's a young sophomore, 5'5", electrifying player. You just got to get after it and try to create for your teammates, but then also create for yourself.
Molly Ladwig hits both free throws. She now has 16 points on the evening. In the lane, Bobaj, right side jumper, no good by the opportunity by Raynell, Bodies on the floor, fought for, and we have a timeout called by John O'Connor over there on the Bennington bench. It is a full timeout, so we have to step aside with them. 56-41 your score. Be back in 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. 1 minute, 49 seconds to go in the fourth quarter as folks are starting to pile in for our next game, Waverly and Gretna East. The student sections probably going to have the best student sections on both sides tonight as we have the entire tournament. Waverly always shows out. How about Gretna East? We see them. It's a construction theme up there.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe neon. Maybe that's the theme either way.
It's a new school up there. Obviously, Gretna is an exploding area, and obviously they've had a lot of success in every sport they've came across at the varsity level.
Here's Baca in the lane, off the rim. It's in. It's 56-43 with 1:44 to play in the fourth quarter. Ladwig gets it up the floor to Kasner. Kasner is probably going to be fouled here as Baca has it, trying to trap her. Kasner somehow flings it up to Ladwig. I don't know how she got that ball off and in the direction of Ladwig. Now McMahon with it. McMahon gets doubled to Michaelis, left side Ike. Now Skutt Catholic just content with playing with the basketball in the backcourt as they're not even trying to find a shot. Now Kasner layup in the lane. She airballed it, and we have a foul called on Madeline Ike. That is the one thing that Kip Colony did not want to have happen.
Yeah, but Kip Colony's got 4 fouls to give it. You're 1 minute and 15 seconds into the fourth quarter, or left in the fourth quarter, and you have 2 fouls.
Yeah.
You're not worried about that. But I think Coach O'Connor likes that. You know what? You battled. You didn't quit. Sometimes when a team is passing efficiently, you forget playing defense. Really good job there by Bennington.
On the right side, Skylar Johnson. Now Presley Baca, the jumper, rattles out. The rebound fought for, and it's controlled by Omaha Skutt with Bennington down by 13. Here comes Michaelis. Now McMahon. Bennington looks content not to foul in this one. Now John O'Connor's shouting foul, 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 and that's going to be the 5th foul on Skylar Johnson, so she will foul out of the game.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be the one that's got to, take it for the team. Skylar Johnson and the rest of her Bennington Badger teammates played hard and actually really started to play really, really effective the last, 2.5 quarters. They just got met with a buzzsaw to start this game, and so doesn't matter who was out there in that first quarter and a half, the way that Skutt Catholic was not only operating on offense, the shots they were hitting, and then more importantly, the defense they were playing as well was top-notch.
Here's the free throw from Molly Ladwig. It is good. 57-43 is your score. Ladwig takes 4 dribbles as she gets the basketball at the free throw line. She fires away. She connects on both. Molly Ladwig now with 19 points. Here, passes Boabaj, left side, Rennell, 3 ball. That misses everything. Great box out by Michaelis. Michaelis is going to be bumped and fouled, and Cameron Kasner starts to clap it up as it looks like Skutt is going to be able to advance to the state championship for the 4th consecutive year.
Yeah, you look, I mean, this is what they've been focused on and obviously wanting to get accomplished here for your last couple of years, and so be able to push through it and be on the cusp of your main goal. And your main goal was obviously set up by what your schedule was in the offseason. When you think you're, Omaha Skutt Catholic, obviously it's hard enough to play Nebraska teams, right? And obviously you see it here in the state tournament. But when you're traveling to play places, Kansas not too far, but you're going down to Arizona, Mesa, McClintock, Canyon View, back to Oklahoma, Sioux City, Iowa, and then you played a Lincoln Pius, and then you end up losing to them.
Yeah.
Ron Colley's, you blew them out. You beat Elkhorn North, who Britt Prince is obviously brought to stardom. Omaha Gross, Central, Catholic, Elkhorn, Gretna.
Hey, Jake, you see this?
No, I'm not even.
I just caught that basketball.
Right, I'm not
talk
talking
about it.
No,
talk about it. I just caught that, Jay.
No, you didn't.
Give me my props.
You beat Norris.
There it is. Just keep
by
on
6
talking.
points.
There it is.
Then you beat Elkhorn to get here. You really put a thumping on Beatrice, and so when you think about the payoff here, where you're able to start I'm talking right through you're not on TV. Nobody cares. I'm talking about something very, very important that you just don't have any experience. It's called about winning championship. Okay. When you set a goal and then you go through the process and you're right on the cusp, sometimes you can look at the end before you get there. Mm-hmm. They completed a mission. That's why you saw that buzzsaw coming out of halftime or out of the locker room. And Bennington Badgers, who's an upstart team, are really, really good, couldn't withstand it. Mm-hmm. And Coach Kip Conley was asking St. Benjamin, we got 24 seconds and 24.8 seconds. What you fouling for?
Yeah. 58-43, that's your score. Omaha Skutt up by 15. Bennington with the basketball on the left side. Boabaj in the lane. Dumps it down low. Almquist catches it and finishes.
Drop the time.
And we have a timeout on the floor called by the Bennington Badgers. 58-45 is your score with 18 seconds to go in the ball game. And it's going to be a timeout. I would imagine that Skutt Catholic will put a pretty big group of substitutions into the game, as it is a full timeout. Let's step aside for 30 seconds, come back, wrap this one up.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Now back to the 2025 state basketball tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
18.2 seconds remain from Omaha Skutt officially punching their ticket to their 4th consecutive state championship title berth, as they are up 58-45 with 18.2 on the game clock. It'll be Skutt basketball. Molly Ladwig to inbound. It appears that Bennington will try to foul one more time, but ultimately Ladwig gets it in, and maybe they will not. They're going to call off the Dogs.
Yeah, I think they're going to let their seniors finish it out. You got to think, with Becca Reynolds, she's a senior. You got a Robinson as she is a senior as well. They want to finish out this state tournament on the floor.
That should have been a travel. Cameron Kasner has the basketball. There's the final horn. And your final score, Omaha Skutt 58, the Bennington Badgers 45, as Skutt Catholic returns to the Class B state championship game. They will await the winner of our next game between Waverly and the Gretna East Griffins. Sure to be a good one. That one's scheduled for a 7:45 p.m. tip-off, as Omaha Skutt wins this one 58-45 over the Bennington Badgers. For the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert saying so long for now. We'll throw it back to our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Jackson Kleinschmidt will take you through the next 20-25 minutes or so as we get you ready for Gretna East and the Waverly Vikings coming up in 7:45 on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut